Morning, morning, morning. Welcome to Battle of the Girl Bands Readathon Sprints. I hope you're having a good morning. And it's Courtney. How are you doing this morning? It's Sunday, bright and early. Let's see who's with me here. We have, hello, Taylor. How are you doing? Reading Breakup Tour for Team Spice Girls. Yay! I'm all for that. Team Spice Girls. Bring it home, okay? Still need to log my first read. Okay, you know what? The month is still early. Keep at it, okay? The whole goal for me is for you to enjoy your reading no matter how many books that you read this month. So, good to go. I will say that it's good to get the maximum amount of points that you can though if you aren't going to read a lot of books. So I'm excited for you. I hope that you are enjoying it. Okay, enjoy your reading. That is my plan. Hello, Laura. How you doing? Just finished scheduling today's video so I can relax and read with you guys until I hop between here and Leandra's sprint later. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. It is always nice once that video is logged up and queued and everything's good to go because it's a chore. I understand that for sure. Adding all those little what do they call it, like the end cards and stuff. I wish there was some easier way to do that because you have to do it each and every time. It can be a chore. Catching up with buddy reads today, so I will I will start. So we'll start between Babel 11/22/63 and Carrie. Okay, we got some Stephen King in the house. All seem like pointed reads. Which one of those do you think you will like the most? I've heard good things about all of them. I think Carrie's pretty good. I haven't read it though. I have seen the movie. Definitely enjoy it. Hey, Lelena, how you doing, Miss Lady? What are you up to? And how is your mom? Is she doing better? Just subscribe. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's always a good time on channel Tangible Reads and Team Spice Girls too. There we go. Thank you so much. Y'all take a nice deep breath, by the way, and stretch your arms out. Hey, Tina, I haven't seen you in a minute. How are you doing? For the first time, I'm excited for the Super Bowl today and not just for the food. Ooh, are they playing in your area? Bring your arms back here a little bit, y'all. Some carryover from boot camp readathon last month. Let's still stretch. My first sprint, I'm going to be working out, so I'm pre-gaming here. So how come you are so excited? Generally, the food is what gets me the most excited. And for those of y'all who are not in the US and don't know, this today is almost like a holiday in the United States. It should be a holiday, extra pay, right? This is Super Bowl Sunday, football, American football. And the big game here is today. None of the teams that I really care about, not that I care that much. I'm largely apathetic about football, but I loosely pay attention. But anyway, today is the Super Bowl. So it's going to be who gets the big trophy. So it should be very interesting to get the Lombardi trophy out there. Andy Reid, who coaches the Chiefs, the Kansas City Chiefs, used to be a big coach here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And they were always kind of losing. And then he went over to Kansas City and has been winning Super Bowl rings since. So, very interesting. We'll see how it all plays out. I'm looking at a Pilates workout. I was going to do some Pilates today. I think I'm going to do this workout here. So it should be interesting, Tina. I hope that you enjoy the game. And hopefully your team pulls it out. Let me know who you are rooting for. Elena says, my mom is doing great. That's good. That's good, because this is definitely no joke when you injure yourself. I hope you're doing good, too. What are you going to be reading? Sip, sip. There you go. Taylor Swift. Wait, what about Taylor Swift? Oh, I get you. Yes, she is. What's his name? She's Travis, I think. Yeah, because Jason Kelsey used to play for the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay. Well, that should be interesting. I feel like now that guy, it's like, not that he wasn't famous in his own right, especially being brothers with Jason Kelsey, but now that he's dating Taylor Swift, I feel like he definitely brings more eyes on himself for sure. So I guess both their star power has definitely jumped, but I try not to feed into all of that hype. It just gets a little bit too crazy for me. Yay, Super Bowl. Are you going to be watching the Super Bowl, Elena? Oh, I skipped over your comment. I'm sorry. You're bringing singing. Oh, I can't speak, y'all. Oh my gosh. I have not had any water today. That kind of grounds me in the morning. Starbringer. What is Starbringer about? Laura says, good question. Babel is a reread. Oh, okay. And 5 stars. Wow. Okay. So you're on Team Babel. Okay. 11/22/63 wasn't sure about, but really enjoying it. And Carrie is good too. My prediction: 11/22/63 will be best. Now that has something to, oh my gosh, I know I shouldn't have put this hair jewelry in my head. Now it's getting entangled. There we go. So 11/62/23, isn't that something about JFK, right? I can't say I know anything about that book. It just kind of came out of nowhere that people were started reading it recently. I think like Neil Diamond and Coda and some other people were starting to read that book, but I have no idea. You're going to have to educate my brain about what exactly that is. Oh, I'm tangling my hair up, y'all. Well, I'm hoping that you're going to enjoy it. I know Carrie should definitely be, definitely be a good read. I mean, you can't go wrong with the movie too. Now, is 11/22/63 by Stephen King? For some reason, I'm thinking no, but in my head, I'm thinking yes. I think I'm just equating it to Carrie. That's probably why. Okay. Hopefully this suffices for my head. I just do a little messy bun while I go work out. Let me cue up this workout here. I hope it's good. I hate when you have a workout that looks promising and is not. So that's my goal, is to get a good workout. I figured I would try some Pilates. I've been hearing a lot about Pilates lately. Figured I would try something new this week. Does anybody know anybody that does really good Pilates workouts? Oh, this is jumping on all sorts of stuff. Okay, this looks promising. It's only a 30-minute workout too, which is what I was looking for. So I think I can get on board with Roberta's Gym if I can get it to the beginning. There we go. Okay. It says, I'm going out to lunch with my mom's sister, California Pizza. Oh, that's always good. California Pizza Kitchen is a really tasty spot. And getting a drink and some food from the restaurant. Oh, that should be fun. Okay. You have in mind what you're going to be eating and drinking? Oh, it is Stephen King. Okay. See, I was on cue there. Is it scary? Stephen King. He times travels with the goal of stopping the assassination, but there are lots of little side plots that are fun. Oh, see, that I didn't know that. I know Stephen King is horror, so I was trying to figure out how does the JFK thing fit into that. So okay. Well, that one's definitely making its round. I've never even heard of that up until a few weeks ago. So it should be a good time, and I'm hoping that you're enjoying it. So it should be good. You have tons of people that have read it lately, so they can let you know whether or not it's worth it before you embark on it. So it should be fine. Elena, you got a new book from the library called Writing Retreat. I haven't heard of the Writing Retreat. I think it's like a horror or something like that. Something scary happens. Okay, I can picture the title with the little skinny writing and the cabinet and stuff. So that should be interesting. Are you a big library person, Elena? It's always good to get those books from the library. Your taxpayer dollars are already paying for them. So you might as well take advantage, right? Hello, the book hermit. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, y'all. So we're going to get into the first sprint. Okay, I am queuing it up for about 45 minutes. Actually, you know what? Let's make this a full hour. I'm going to try to get in. I want to try to get in working out and maybe even breakfast in the mix. I think I'm stretching too thin about getting dressed, but you never know. It may happen. It may happen. Okay, y'all. So I want you to be good, eat some breakfast, stretch definitely, and make this hour count. Okay. You know, I don't do hour sprints most of the time. So let's get you, let's take advantage of it. Okay. Let me cue this way back for an hour and get a little nature in the mix and we'll go from there. Okay. Okay. I got this right here. I don't like that layout. There you go. That's better. Okay, y'all. I'm going to pose a question in the chats too. You know, this is Battle of the Girl Bands and Black History Month. So let me think of something and I'll pose you a question. So here we go. Happy reading. See you in an hour. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, my beautiful people this morning. How's everybody doing? Whew. I got a good workout, and look who we have here. Bam! Hey, Jaleesa. How are you doing? Oh, I can't hear you. Are you muted? There
Hey,
we
can
go.
you?
I can hear you, yes.
Yes. I don't know how I woke up this morning.
You said what again?
I said I don't know how I woke up this morning. I know so like it feels like a fever dream right now because I set my alarm to wake up at 6.
Mhm.
I didn't hear the alarm. I didn't hear my husband move around. He had to go to work today. But I'm
Got rid of
here.
him?
I'm
You
here.
got rid of the husband on Super Bowl Sunday. That's what I'm talking about. Hold on. Oh, sorry. I'm sitting here. I'm like, why does that look different? There we go. Well, for those of y'all in the chat that don't know, this is Miss Jaleesa with Reading Beyond the Book Cover. Want to introduce yourself just in case some folks just need to be introduced to your loveliness?
Okay. My name is Jaleesa. My channel is reading. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. My channel is Reading Beyond the Book Cover. I am a booktuber as well as a book blogger. Go check out my blog. It's readingbeyondthebookcover.com. I read across all genres. I'm a pretty slow reader, so when you come to my channel, you're not going to see a bunch of books, but you will see some books. All right? All right.
And there is nothing wrong with that, by the way. I feel like you're a booktuber if you want to be in this book space, whether you read one book or whether you read 100. As
Yeah,
long as you're active in the book community.
exactly.
That's
Never stop reading.
exactly. Well, yeah, we only did one sprint thus far. And
Okay.
then we went to a break. I did an hour-long sprint, which I never do,
Mm.
like a workout. But I did not eat, but I got some here. Girl, I got some grits this morning. What? Look at me.
Wait, what did you put in your grits?
Oh, okay.
You don't want to say
Okay. So I'm clearing out my house because I want to move at some point. So I'm digging through cabinets and figuring out what to get rid of and stuff. So these grits, I don't know how long they've been in there. Okay. It's a box of grits. So
Okay.
I was like, let me get rid of these suckers. It's a half a box.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I just combined it with some leftover dinner that I had the other day, like some pasta stuff that I made. So, not truly Southern, but I put some cheese on that bad boy and it tastes
Okay.
delicious.
So you like cheese grits. And I like cheese grits, butter grits, and actually I like all grits. Put that back. Put that back. I like them all. Except the black pepper. I don't really do the black pepper.
I never heard of black. It's just pepper, just grits with black pepper on it.
It's black pepper and salt, but it's like more black pepper than there is salt. You know, some people like the taste of black pepper.
Yeah.
I'm not saying no.
See, I
But I
only ever just
sugar, butter, cheese, I'll do all of that. Hmm.
yeah, I know that there's a big thing in the Southern community about like shrimp and grits. I never had shrimp and grits until I was an adult. I grew up with grits, not all the time, but grits, cream of wheats, those little grains were good for people with large families because they cook them good.
Right.
But, yeah,
Hmm.
but I mean, I say put whatever you want on them. However, I never got into the sugar on the grits. I don't understand that. Anybody in the chats have sugar on their grits? Like, what's up with sugar grits? I just
Yeah,
you
sugar
need to eat
grits.
some cream of wheat if you want that. You know?
Right, right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
grew up eating cream of wheat. What else? We always ate grits with either butter or sugar, but I didn't know about cheese grits
Hmm.
until I moved to Atlanta.
Hmm.
That's when I found out about it there.
Sprinkle some cheese on it. Cheese,
I
butter,
didn't
they
know.
go
I
hand
didn't
in
know
hand if
about,
you ask me.
and I don't think I found out about like eggs and ketchup, which I don't like now. But like back then, when I was in college, everybody was like, "Yeah, just add some ketchup." I'm like, ketchup don't belong on everything, but okay.
Ketchup
I'll
belongs on
try it.
potatoes, and if you season them right, you don't even need that. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. To
Mhm.
each his own. Hey, I believe everybody has a right to their own palate, but
Right.
there are certain things that I'm just not gonna do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I'm a foodie, which is why I try to work out a lot because I don't like to restrict myself. So
Mhm.
anyway, okay, so let's get to this chat here. So we're talking about Elena. Us in the chats, we have Tina. Who else do we have? We have Laura. All right, Elena was about to. What was it? I forgot what she was about to. Anyway, um, not Tina. Book Hunter was going to read. Was trying to decide between a few different books, and so we are talking about 11/22/63. Do you know what that book is?
The one by Stephen King.
Yeah, is that new?
No, it's an older book, and I think they had either like a TV show or a movie that came out afterwards. I'm not interested in what's it called, JFK and all that kind of stuff, so that's why I didn't pick it up.
Oh, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
It's been making its rounds lately. I know Nell was reading it the other day, but I'm just like, nah,
Yeah, it's
somewhat
big.
of an interesting premise. Oh, it is? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All the books are big.
I'm a pass. Hey, Miss Kenny, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in a minute. What's going on? How are you doing? I see reading The Dark Forest by don't let me lie, Shishin Liu, book 2 of the 3 Body Problem series. I saw you posted a book called The 3 Body Problem on IG. I didn't look it up. I just took a screenshot of it, but did not realize it was a series. I actually thought that was nonfiction. So tell me, what is The 3 Body Problem about? It has an interesting title. I will say that. Hey, Voo Voo, how are you doing, Miss Lady? Brittany, hey, Brittany, hello. Running to get groceries, but have a great morning. Oh, food is important. I agree. I hope you get some good stuff. Yummy. I like grocery shopping. I don't like clothes shopping.
Me either. I did that yesterday. I got a little bit of groceries yesterday, but yeah, I don't like clothes shopping either.
Yeah, it's too much. Like, I will shop for, I'm particular, and I feel like things don't look good. I'll shop for 3 hours and come out with a shirt. I'm just not. Yeah, I've done that many times. I'm telling you, I don't like things hanging out. I don't want it too tight. I don't know. I do find though, as I get older, I am not as picky. Like, I'm more comfortable with my body. I'm comfortable with, okay, this showing whatever a little bit more. Like, it's still gonna be covered up and stuff, but I'm just more comfortable in clothes and I guess knowing what I look like in clothes or if I'm comfortable and stuff. And so I feel like it doesn't take me as long, but I still don't like to clothes shop. I mean, when am I going to wear all these clothes? I still have clothes since, oh my God. Girl, this shirt, I put this on, it's all faded and stuff, but I'm not going to get rid of it. This is a college shirt. Probably the only thing I have from college. It's like, it still fits. But yeah. Shirts always fit. It's the pants and the bottom I got issue with. So I just prefer food. It doesn't disappoint. Clothes, you buy some jeans, they fit this week, next week they don't. I just ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
This is too much.
I think I'm the way that I am about clothes because growing up, we didn't really get to decide what we wanted to wear.
Mm-hmm.
And my mother, I always say she dressed us like we were like pilgrims or something. Because I'm so serious, y'all. Like, when we moved from our old neighborhood to our new neighborhood, she thought we had to wear uniforms. But then when she found out we didn't, she still made us wear them anyway. You see what I'm saying? So we were wearing uniforms at a school. We didn't have to wear uniforms. And then she would make us wear like these long dresses and like a vest piece, like a shirt, like layers. Yeah. I was covered, yes, but still, like, girl, I want to look like everybody else at school. You know what I mean? I most likely look like I was behind a couple of grades because I was already tall.
Maybe she was very conservative. And did she buy these uniforms before you moved there and spent all her coins?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah. But she just wanted us to make sure that we were dressed to not necessarily fit our bodies, but me and my sisters, or me and my younger sister, we developed early. So to cover our bodies up, we didn't wear any clothes like the kids that were our age. So by the time I got on,
she was just looking out for you.
Yeah, but I don't
You're
look
like,
like
no, I ain't like them
look
clothes.
like I was dressed older than a teacher. Okay.
Mom did not have a sense of fashion and style.
Uh-uh.
So I'm sure she has progressed, right?
Oh yes, yes. But she would always tell us, you go to school for education. You go to school, for just that. We're not sending you to school for fashion.
Yeah,
Which is
my mom
true.
used to say the same
And so
thing.
now I say the same thing when it comes to my children. I'm like, you don't go to school to be cute. You go to school to learn. And that's it. I'm gonna tell you that every single day.
I feel you on that one, but it's nice to have something that's kind of cute. But I'm not into all like the name brand and all that stuff. People are like, I need to have Gucci. Like you barely have running water, but you need to have Gucci and MAC makeup. I mean,
There's
yeah,
a lot of people out there like that. So yeah, I agree. Like, okay, they can have a fashion sense. It doesn't have to be the name brands and all that stuff because you can still look cute on a budget.
Girl,
but nowadays these kids, they know all the name brands, but they can barely name their ABCs. They can't read. They can't add. But you know what? I don't know. Fendi is. Huh?
That's feeding into the hype. I'm not feeding into hype. I'm not. All you're doing is lacing all these other celebrities' bank accounts.
Right.
I'm not with that because you know what? When you struggle, they're not coming to pay your bills, but you have that $1,500 purse or that $800 weave that you just got. They're not coming to pay your bills. No, girl. Yeah. I am a very practical person when it comes to a lot of things, and I've always been, and I'm okay with that. It's not necessarily the most popular, but I say it all the time. I have never been accused of being popular, but that's okay. I'm good. Okay. Hey, Charity. Okay, so I don't know if you have heard of Bukamoso. Is it called Bukamoso Book Club? Well, anyway, it's a South African chat room. Well, it's a group of 4 South African booktubers.
Oh.
Booked on Charity is one of them. Vuvuvina Reads is another. Bookanali. Hey, Charity, can you list all of your peeps in the chat here? All great people to subscribe to. What they do is they get together, I believe it's once a month for the Bukamoso. I think it's called Bukamoso Book Club or something. Anyway, they all get on screen once a month from South Africa and sprint like for 24 hours or whatever. It's over the course of a weekend. Ooh. So it's a really fun time to drop in and out of when you're doing other stuff or whatever. But 3 great booktubers that you don't get to see from that part of the world all the time. I have a good time. So anyway, if you could put your channels in the chat so people can take a look and go subscribe and look up some videos, that would be awesome, Charity and Vuvu.
Please do.
Hey everyone, just joined reading House of Earth and Blood and braiding my hair in between sprints. Girl, you are multitasking. I love it. I have done that too. This is the best time if you're going to be doing at-home beauty. This is where it's at. Sprinting, that's what I do. When I'm doing my hair, I'm about to put some sprints on and we're going to go to town. So yes. How are you liking House of Earth and Blood? Been hearing a lot of great things lately. Hey, Scarlett. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? Hello, Kelsey. Loving the calming music this morning. Just eating breakfast and have to run to Costco. Everybody getting food. Okay. Well, I hope you get some good stuff. Tell me what's like the number one thing you're going to get. Are you a Costco girl?
When I'm with my mama, yeah. Because I don't have a card. I go to Costco and what do you call the other place? Sam's when I'm with my parents or my sisters. But otherwise, I just go to good old HEB because it's right down the street.
Do y'all have BJ's? Y'all don't have BJ's down there, right?
No, not that I know of.
BJ's is like a Costco. That's one of them big box stores.
You know what? I think that they're in the process of building one in Houston, but I'm not sure where. Because I remember driving past a sign saying soon to come, blah, blah, blah. So they may start. I wouldn't be surprised.
Soon here to take your dollars. Get them prepared.
But it's worth it. It's worth it.
I think if you, like, I'm a bargain shopper for sure, right? I think as long as you kind of look at the price tags of stuff and kind of weigh it out and see, I will do all that. I will tell you that because I've seen things at Costco that if you were to buy it in the regular store and buy multiple quantities, it would have been like $2-3 cheaper. So just do the math before you buy some of those things. But I love walking around. You get your samples. You can see a lot of really good fun stuff. Yeah. But I don't have a big box membership. Probably should. Hello, Bree. Morning, loving this ambiance, reading The Housemaid. Heard great things about it. How are you liking it? Let's see what Miss Jaleesa is saying. Miss Elliott in concert. Good morning, everyone. 65% mark of Delicious Monsters. I need to get on that. I'm trying to figure out what to read next. I'm almost finished with my one book. Hoping to get another 60 to 7 pages during these sprints. You can do it. You can do it.
I hope so. I thought I was going to finish this yesterday.
What happened?
I don't know. That's the thing. I feel like I need to go to the doctor and find out if I have time blindness, because time just, it goes. I was replaying somebody else's sprints and I was able to get through 70 pages, but that was a 3-hour sprint. So it's like, Teresa, you could have read more than this in 3 hours, because they did like a 10-minute talk, 30-minute sprint, 10-minute talk. So I read during each time, but now that I think about it, I feel like I was maybe distracted by husband came home, he's hungry, like things that distractions are in the way. But it's okay. I stuck with it. I'm still reading. It's still a good book. It's just that I still have too many questions. Like, LaSalle, if you're watching this right now, there are too many questions and not enough answers in this book.
Well, you said you're at 65. You know how some books, which I will say, I don't like when a book leads question, mystery, and then solves it in the last chapter. Give me, drop some dimes along the way to be like, oh, that's why I like twisters, like twisting thrillers sometimes, where I'm like, ooh, and then I get into another mystery. I'm like, ooh,
I didn't get any of that so far. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's like I'm enjoying the journey, but at the same time, I'm just irritated because when she does drop something, I'm just kind of like, oh, okay.
I wish we would have read this book together. We need to do a buddy read one day, because I have this book right here. I keep looking at it. I just haven't gotten to it to read it with you. And I don't. Is it going to be I don't know. I don't think.
It's a long one.
Yeah. Well, let me see. How many? Let me get this book right here so I can look at it. But I don't think it's my next book. I'm trying to decide if
my next book is going to be Lone Women, because I have a book club meeting on Wednesday to read.
I want to read that too, because I got this from the library finally. This is a new release. I'm the first one.
Oh,
yeah. Well, yeah, this is beautiful. I love this. But I finally got this, and I'm so itching to get to it because it just released this month. And the trick with the library, y'all, is you need to be aware of it in advance that it's a book coming out, so you can go ahead and ask your library for it, because this was on hold and I'm the very first one. I was so excited. I told my husband, I was like, look, I got it first. No scratches.
Yes.
I'm gonna motorboat it. I love it.
Yeah,
I'm the first. I'm so excited. It's gonna be scratched the hell up. I am horrible on books, y'all. It's the library protection, so it's fine. Right. But I'm like the first, and I'm just itching to get into it. However, I found out that it's going to have a sequel, so I'm not happy about that. But yeah,
I'm taking it back.
No. I mean, I can be one and done. Okay, if I don't like it, I'm just not going to go through it. But I'm not going to pass up the chance to be like the first. I've been the second a few times, but I've never been first. But I do want to read this bad boy. I'm not motivated based on what you've been talking about. Oh, the word's not that bad.
It's not that bad. It's just that I need some resolution.
Damn, 500 pages. I might have to just add this to get it out the way. Because how many pages is this? This one's a little bit under 4.
Yeah, you may want to read So Let Them Burn first and then do. No, I'm just saying it like that because I think our last sprint I was reading this book, right? I think so. So it's been almost a whole week, and I usually can finish a book like this in about 3 to 4 days if I'm really tapped into it, but because I keep asking why aren't you telling me stuff? Why aren't you telling me stuff? But I feel like now I think about it, maybe it's to mirror how the mother is. The mother in this book is she doesn't tell anybody anything. You ask her a question, she dodges it. She doesn't answer anything directly. And it's annoying.
See, what I have started to learn with books, because back in the day, I would say not even back in too far into the past, maybe 6 months ago, I used to get hung up on books, especially before BookTube, about why is this, or I don't understand this word, or let me go back because I didn't understand this paragraph. What I am starting now to do is just push forward. It's like audiobooks. That's why audio is great. Unless you keep rewinding, it's going to push forward. You can't just keep going back, like rereading the same sentence or paragraph. So just figure out the context, because I have spent like an hour in the past when I'm having OCD or something and can't figure it out. And then I'm like, oh, that's a waste of time. All the books I want to read, I can't get hung up on little small details. So ask yourself why. Sometimes I'll just make a little notation, like in my little journal, and then keep pushing. So gotta figure out that. But I'm curious. It is a big, thick book. I have a trip coming up in, oh my gosh, a week and a half. So I would prefer to get this big old boy out of the way before the trip comes. Let me see. So I don't know. Today is, oh crap, dang. Today's 11th. Okay, yeah. So I think maybe I will read this one first. I got to make a reading plan, because this may be the first time in my history of BookTube I not finished the TBR that I set. I don't set a TBR every month because I'll just read through months. I don't do a readathon, but with the readathon, I'll do. But I definitely am not going to get to all of the books, so I need to prioritize. I'm just looking at some other books that I have for the end of the month. So we'll see.
I gotta read this one too.
What is that?
Little Women.
Oh, okay.
I see you in the comments. Girl, what were you thinking? This book is like 600 some pages.
Cliff notes. Watch the movie.
I'm gonna read it.
Tina's on YouTube and Instagram. Oh my God. Hey Patricia, Team Spice Girls. Yay! 8 minutes to go. Reading whenever getting back together. That's Taylor Swift right there.
Right. I'm like, who?
I know. I think yesterday there was a sprint where she was saying that, and I'm like, is she quoting Taylor Swift? Oh man, that was funny. Hold up. I'm experimenting with things.
See the comments.
There we go. All right, let's get through some of these comments so we can get to another sprint here. Well, I'm hoping that you're liking We're Never, Ever Getting Back Together. Hopefully they don't. Most want to see Missy Elliott in concert. It's been a while.
Yes, Missy. Mm-hmm.
I think Missy would be fun. When I asked that question, I was sitting there thinking, okay, I've seen Taylor. People can say what they want, but she put on a kick-ass concert. I enjoyed myself. And this was in a stadium, and it was raining. And I had a blast. And I didn't even know a lot of the songs. Now I know you need to pregame and binge listen to songs for the concert. I did it after. But I had a blast. And I've seen Destiny's Child in concert in some bad nosebleed seats, and I still had a good time. And then Missy Elliott, I just think would just add some craziness to the mix. So yeah, I think I would choose Missy Elliott. I think that'd be a good time. Let's see, 4% Keep Me Close from the Gods of Hunger series came halfway through the sprint. Awesome. Oh, so also for the Missy Elliott readathon, if y'all are participating in that, I think Hayes Day. I'm probably pronouncing out her name. Girl, if you're out there, I'm sorry, but it's Day or Die. She's sprinting now as well. It's her and hobbies. I've never had girls. I definitely want to try. Oh, grits. I want to try them. Grits are interesting. I think they're plain by themselves. So if you add a little something, I think is the best way, even if it's just butter. Makes a huge difference. It's a grain. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's cheap. You get a lot of it.
Yes.
Also, cream of wheat, like porridge, some people call it, is also good.
Or farina.
Florina or Fornia? I've heard of Fornia.
Farina. So cream of wheat is also called farina.
Oh, it's the name. I thought it was another one.
Farina. So like my husband, when he first came here, I had to say it that way for him to understand what kind of grain it was. Otherwise, he's like, "What? Cream of wheat? Who is that? I don't know."
I discovered some other grains recently, like African grains. I can't pronounce the name, but I know Fornia is one of them. And then there's like 2 or 3 others in the cabinet that I mess around with, kind of like quinoa grains and stuff. But yeah, very good feeling as well. Watch the carbs. Hello, Amber. Starting Hopeless by Elsie Silver. And I'm Sweet Grits. I like sugar and butter. I don't get it.
You don't put a lot, just a little bit.
I don't understand why you need it sweet.
Well, it doesn't have to be, but it tastes good. I guess it's a little bit like white rice and honey. It's hard to explain. Well, this is the thing. If you don't have anything in your house, there's nothing else to cook or whatever, you either eat a peanut butter sandwich or you eat rice and honey. I don't really care for peanut butter sandwiches too much. It's just the texture is too much. But I'll eat some white rice. Not now, because I got diabetes. But white rice and honey used to be the thing. If not that, it was ramen noodles. Like you want some broke meals? I got a list. Okay.
Girl.
The bologna sandwiches.
Girl, that's my staples growing up. You put that colored Kool-Aid in the gallon jug and the sandwich and some chips. That's lunch.
Yep.
I grew up in Texas too. You do what you gotta do, okay?
Right, exactly. Back in the day. Now I can eat a little bit better, but back then, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, ramen noodles was a staple in my house. You know what's funny? Okay, I don't normally eat ramen. Okay, I'm glad I've aspired and I make some money now. Not a lot, but I'm just saying. But I keep ramen. You never know. But ramen is a good meal. Like when you've been drinking. I feel like after I've been drinking a lot, there's only 2 things that satiate. Because after you're drinking, you could just be eating up house and home, right? I feel like there are only 2 things that satiate my appetite. And I've learned this over years. Ramen noodles, and I normally put it with a little sriracha, or boudin.
Oh yeah.
Those are the only 2 things that I find that will satiate my appetite. I will literally eat up house and home when I've been drinking until I somehow come to those things, and I don't know why. So I keep them both in the cabinet. And that's the only time I ever touch my ramen. And boudin, I'm in New Jersey, so we can't buy that here. But when I go home to Texas, I will get like a whole backpack full and bring like 20, 30 packets back with me. They already know in the airport when they zoom that bag, it's my carry-on. They're like boudin. I'm like, yeah, they're like, we see it all the time.
You gotta have a boudin.
You gotta do what you gotta do when you can't get your favorite thing where you live at. And I'm a TJ's girl. What's your brand?
We actually go to the meat market over here off of, I don't know if there's any Houstonians in here, but off of Lyons. When I was younger, that's what we would do. Now I don't really eat the boudin too much because got diabetes. I don't know how many times we're gonna have to count how many times I say diabetes. But I have to watch that, and then on top of that, like the sodium, so I have to be careful. But I do pick up BJ's. Sometimes I'll get is it called Zumos?
Zumos, yep.
I get Zumos. And then sometimes I just wait until I go to somebody's house and they'll have some. And then I have a coworker that's from Lake Charles, and she'll bring the smoked boudin when she goes there every weekend. So I got
So for those of y'all that don't know what boudin is, and we're going to get to the comments. I know we're getting hung up, but we love to talk, right?
Yeah, exactly. Especially me. Tell me to shut up and I'll
No, you are good. I enjoy conversations. It's nice for a fellow Southerner too. No, for boudin is basically, it's a pork. It's like a seasoned pork and rice type product, and it's in like a sausage sleeve normally. And normally you kind of like grill it or whatever with the link. It comes in links. But it's so good. Like it's just, you only get it really in Texas and maybe some parts of Louisiana. Like once you get it, it'll change your life. I'm in New Jersey and I bought some to my husband's family. And first they were like, Oh, it's
Like,
interesting.
just
Once they got their mouth on that, they be asking about it. They be like, do not get used to this. This was a special occasion. I don't, because they be like, oh, well, you can bring some boudin if you can spare it. No, I
no.
cannot. Last time I went home, I got some in the dressing. Some people call it dressing, but when I went home, I got some in like the big rectangular packing as a dressing.
Oh yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
close to the holidays. And I was like, I'll bring this and kind of, roast it or whatever in a pan and bring that for the dinner. And they first didn't want to touch it. And then especially my sister-in-law's husband, he's kind of New Jersey, grew up with a bunch of money and stuff. He's cool within reason, but he can be very conservative, right? But yeah, I sure saw him getting some seconds. I'm like, okay.
But I bet he never said he liked it. He just
he was like, "Oh, that's good, Courtney."
Oh, okay.
Like, okay, but initially, I noticed that everybody got a little bit of everything else and left the boudin there, and then maybe they got like a spoon or two. I was the only one that I heat my plate, but then I started seeing people going back to seconds. I went back; most of that whole dish was gone. I was like, "Okay, y'all see what's up?"
It's a winner.
Yeah. Don't be getting used to this Southern stuff.
No.
Let's see. Yeah, sugar grits. How about honey? Why not just put honey on the grits then?
I've never tried it with honey. I'll have to try it next time when I do buy some.
Because butter and honey is a good combo. That tastes good.
Yes.
Yeah, like you put it on toast. So in grits, milk. Just make sure it's steaming hot.
Yes.
Scarlett has been wanting to read The Three-Body Problem, especially since there's going to be 2 shows based on it. Oh,
2 shows? Why do people do that? I don't understand. Sorry, I know. Like I had like a reaction because I don't know if you all saw the Hulu. Was it a special? It was the movie called Candy. It had Jessica Biel and Justin Timberlake in it.
He was like a killer or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, my husband saw it.
She was a wife who had cheated on her husband with a neighbor's husband, something like that. So they already did that, and then HBO comes out with the same kind of thing.
Really?
Well, the same story like a couple of years later. Why? We don't. I don't know. I don't need to. But
they're trying to catch that audience that didn't get it.
Oh, okay.
Like remember that documentary, The Fire Festival, the one with what's that dude and Ja Rule?
Ja Rule, yes. I was about to say Jadakiss, but I knew it was a J. Him, yes. Yeah. That was a mess.
I watched both of those. It was crazy. Well, I'm excited to hear about this 3-body problem. I don't like shows though. I would prefer a movie or I'm all about. I mess with a documentary. I'm all about that these days, and I can't. I changed because I used to be like a documentary. Heck no. Now I'm like, give me a one and done documentary. That's wild to what we watch. Hey Dustin, how are you doing?
Hey Dustin.
It's fully. There we go. Fully booked.
Every time I need a pen, I don't have one. Let me type it on my computer over here.
Yeah, here you go. These are the photos. Okay, Philly is Bookimosa Cook. Okay, so I did have the book club thing. That's just one of the hosts. Okay, Fully Booked Sprints. Yes. It's a fun time, y'all. Make sure y'all take a look at all of these channels, okay? Good time, good time. See a different perspective. Sometimes they read the same books. Most of the time they read different books, but it's the same kind of books that we read and stuff, and it offers another perspective. But good fun time. Hello, Dustin. You had a couple easy toaster waffles this morning. Hey, I'm all about a waffle.
I may eat one later. I got some protein waffles in the freezer.
I try to limit a bunch of carbs in the mornings, but I had these grits, so. Charity is fact on her fingers. I'm working fast. Is that fast? I wish I was reading. Thank you for the shout out, Courtney. No problems, Miss Ladies. I love House of Earth and Blood.
Is that the first book in the
Yeah. Rereading it together. House of Sky and Breath. Breath. There we go. Book 3. Oh, all these big old books, y'all. I hope you're enjoying it. Yeah, pretty cover though.
I watched a BookTuber's 2-hour video. All 2 hours. I know, but wait, hear me out. Because I was like, okay, I already read the first book. I want to wait until the series is done before I even continue because I'm not about to reread 700 something pages of the first book. So the second book is almost 900 pages, I think. Not second, the third book is almost 900 pages.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, you have to remember what happened in some other books that she wrote in a different series to connect everything that's happening in the third book of this new
No,
series.
ma'am. No, ma'am.
So I was like, let me just watch your video because I don't know if my mind would just blow up just trying to figure out everything. It felt like almost trying to connect the stories in the Bible in a way.
I have a hard time with that. Yeah.
I
Oh
can't,
no.
but she loved it. She's like, I love it so much. And I'm like, you were sure?
Is that the only book she's reading?
At that time, yes. That was the first. She said it was the first time in a long time that she's actually solely read just that book because she had to make sure she focused on what was happening. It was a lot. It was 2 hours too much, but yes.
And you know what? I appreciate you giving her that support because I struggle with long videos. Like I'm all for do what you want, but you know, that's a stretch for me to watch all the way through. Because most of the time when I'm, it's a lot going on with BookTube. I feel like I'm caught up, and if there's ever such thing, and then next thing you know, somebody else puts out a video. Yes. So it's hard to kind of throw support behind so many people, especially with such a long video. But I normally watch videos on like 1.5 speed so that I can kind of get through some quicker.
Mm-hmm.
So that may help you out with that one, but it depends.
I forgot. I wasn't even thinking about the speed because I was just focused on like, oh my God. So you have to know what happened in books 1, 2, 3, and 4 from another series to understand this. How did you figure this out? Because I don't really be paying attention to all those names and stuff that much when I'm reading. If you don't tell me the trait of the person, like, what was the personality like, I don't remember you.
Some of these people go hard for Sarah J. Maas and Armitrod and Colleen Hoover and all that stuff. I'm telling you, like when I first got on BookTube, that was the stuff that I kept hearing people about, people doing charts and all this other stuff. Yeah. And I was just like, I'm not reading any of those books whatsoever. Let me find something new. Who are we not talking about? That's what I want to read.
I get you, yes.
But as long as people are enjoying it, hey, that's all that counts, But yeah, it's a little bit too intricate, and I feel like I'm behind the curve. I'm not going to doubt that those are amazing books as much as people talked about them. And I'm talking about a little bit of everybody. Then I appreciate y'all and I commend y'all, but I'm not coming from behind, especially when a book's like 700 pages and all this other stuff.
It's a lot. Once you get into it, though, it's a really good book. Yeah. Well, at least to me. I know it took me about maybe 80 to 100 pages to feel fully, I know, right? to feel fully invested in that first book in that series. After that, I was like, wow, okay, Sarah J, I see you.
Okay. Keep at it then, because you have years to come. Amber says, need to go to another grocery store, y'all. What is going on? Oh, well, you know what? It is Sunday. It is Super Bowl Sunday, too. We were talking about that earlier. So get your snacks, and this is a good time. Do it early because... Or actually, if you're not really caring about Super Bowl, this is a good day to go later because come like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, street's gonna be deserted. So that might be.
I haven't been keeping up, so I didn't even know the Super Bowl was happening.
No, girl.
We don't watch sports. The only thing we watch maybe sometimes is soccer. Otherwise, it's out of sight, out of mind until somebody says something about it. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's definitely Super Bowl. I think it starts at 6. I don't really care. My husband is going to go to his mom and dad's house and watch it because they're really into sports and stuff. And I don't want to even fake the game anymore. I used to fake it. I'm 10 years in. I ain't got to fake nothing. I am not watching that game. I will sit here and read with you. That was what I was going to plan to do, is read. And then every once in a while look up and show a little support. Hey, look at that. But like, well, I was thinking of going to my mom and dad's. That's a great idea, man. Go right ahead. Just leave early. Matter of fact, why don't you stay? Because I don't want you on the road late at night. So that's the plan. And I'm going to go early happy hour with some friends and come back. Probably still drink and read some books and spray with everybody else. That's what I'm going to do. Good time. Liking books. Let's see. I feel like when I'm still kind of figuring out StreamYard, but it's like I see it. I feel like I'm getting a better handle of click on the comment before I say it. But the issue is that like when I move the cursor over the comment, it makes it completely blue. So it's like, where do I read at? On the screen or not?
Right.
Otherwise, I'm completely moving the cursor like every time I'm moving it to go around because I would rather read the comment thing. Anyway, let's see. The Housemaid was my favorite thriller. Do you have an audio on? I feel like when I'm talking, I hear like a chirping.
Maybe air conditioning. You may be hearing that, but that's about it.
No, that's not. I can hear it, but that's not a big deal. It's when I'm talking. Okay, maybe.
Are you hearing like an echo or anything?
Yeah.
Like really? I wonder because all I have is my phone on. And that's it.
We can still hear. It's just something I hear. At first, I thought it was me. I said The Housemaid was my favorite thriller of 2023, and I started binge reading Frida. Why did I say Felicia? Frida.
We want her to be Felicia. She's Felicia.
I read a lot about Frida McFadden, but I haven't read her.
I read The Locked Door by her. It was exciting. And I'm going to read Housemaid this year.
I keep hearing about Housemaid too.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's about, but I hear it's really good. Tina's about halfway through and enjoying her book. Neva and Katie's always talking about it, made me want to read it. Awesome. Yeah, sometimes people talking about a book wear you down, and other times it just deters me. More thrillers. Awesome. Frida McFadden's getting some love. Hello, Lynn. Yumi and the Nightmare Painter. How are you liking
that before? Let me see.
You said 26% in, liking it so far. Awesome. Motorboating your new book. That's so funny. Oh, we are behind if that's what we're talking about the book. Gotta love that. I'm still excited, y'all. Yeah, if I do that, I got to let them burn too. I know it wasn't the first person to put it on hold, but since it's new, I may be the one to have it spotlight. I know, isn't this nice? Awesome. What's cool is that I don't know if y'all know channel Bad Witch Books and Genderqueer with a J. They are doing a how do they call it? Debut-a-thon. Basically, you remember, I don't know if y'all heard, there was an author, a white author who was basically going around creating fake Google accounts and giving 1 stars to all of these books by minority authors and giving her book like 5 stars. It was like all these debut authors, right, including herself. And she already had like a big book deal anyway. But she's going around basically dive bombing all these other authors. So, of course, she got caught and her book deal's done for now. You know how that is. They'll probably give her a chance in a year when everybody else is, you know.
But we forget.
Yeah. So Paco and Bad Witch Books and Jen at Genderqueer are doing a debut-a-thon, read-a-thon type thing where they are going to read the books that were dive bombed, the 1 stars. So this is the one for February.
Okay.
No, it's a screenshot, but I was able to get this one. It's the only one my library had. They've read it. They said it was good. But it should be good. Hopefully. Just hold the attention. Yeah, I think they're talking about your book.
Just holding it.
I hope it's good. It's the buddy read for Missy Elliott, right?
Right.
And then I have Vagabonds for Blackathon for Jesse on BookTube. I have that. So those are the books. So this one, Delicious Monsters and Vagabonds are must reads for me. And the Bandit Queens. I definitely want to read those.
Okay, I saw that one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So everything else is kind of, we'll see if I get to it. Right. Elena, 30% into Starbringer, 295 pages and 23 chapters. Woo! That's a lot. Sounds like a big book. Taylor Swift, because she is a good singer. Yeah, she's a good singer. She entertains well. I think.
I was going to ask, does she have the range? You know?
Yeah, well, that's what I was about to say. You know, you have
Yeah.
You can be successful and not even be able to really sing, okay?
Yeah.
But
Yes.
there are some people that you see for entertainment, and there's other people you appreciate because they got pipes, okay? I would
Mm-hmm.
say Taylor Swift is a great entertainer, you know, in the whole aesthetic of what she looks like, but also in what she presents. So no hate with that. I think she did a really good job. But I can't say she's like she ain't a Whitney Houston pipes, you know, type
Right.
thing.
Right.
But nonetheless, still a really good entertainer. I know what it was by the size. Oh, book there. Yeah.
About this one.
Seen any of them live, but they all look like fun concerts. Yeah, I'm pretty sure any of them be a good time, no matter which one you go to. But you gotta choose one. Cocoa Wheats.
What is that?
I've heard of cocoa wheats. What is
I'm
that?
gonna be googling a lot. I was like, what is a cocoa
Probably
wheat?
chocolate.
Ugh.
I don't
For
know.
breakfast? Ew, let me look this up.
I mean, there's chocolate cocoa puffs and stuff.
I don't like that. My mother, I remember I said my mother, she dressed us like pilgrims. We also ate like them too, almost. We for cereal we had grape nuts with a banana. Okay, every now and then a treat would be like
If you're
chocolate
in the
flakes.
comments, what will you think?
We didn't get no. I didn't. That's why I told her. I said, and she was like, Jaleesa, you just over exaggerate. I said, no. As soon as I got my own car and had a job, Jaleesa was eating out all the time. I was like, oh my god, this is all the food that I never got to eat at home. Ah, yeah.
Damn. We have
A little paycheck away.
we had like corn flakes. If we were being fancy, we had frosted flakes, which I love frosted flakes.
Yeah.
But you know what? I could hook up some corn flakes, put some sugar in there, you know,
Mm-hmm.
stuff. But nowadays, I steer clear of sugars. Period.
That cereal, it has a lot of sugar in it. Even if it's not like the what do you call it, the regular Cheerios?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they still got sugar in it.
All of them. And people think that even Raisin Bran, people think Raisin Bran is healthy. Raisin Bran has a lot of sugar in them.
It's the worst. It got dry raisins and sugar in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
and
God.
raisins are natural, but they actually put sugar on the grapes. Why are you putting sugar on nature's candy? Yeah, yeah. You got to know it's in stuff. I love ramen. Makes a good soup base. Throw some meat and vegetables.
That's what I do. Yeah.
I agree. You can hook up some ramen. But back in the day, we just ate it plain. Did you used to eat them dry?
Yes.
Yeah. Put a little seasoning packet as a snack.
Yeah, just shake it up. It's like,
I learned that from a lot of my Asian friends, and I was like, "Oh, this is good." Watch too many Korean celebs and shows to put ramen aside, even when I have money. Yeah, it's good. You just gotta hook it up right, but it's not my go-to, I will say. But I don't eat a lot of like pastas and things like that. My niece is in she's currently in Hawaii. She's in the Air Force. Shout out, Adrian. And she is, you know, she has a son there and all, so they're eating completely different because you know you have a lot of other influence on there. And she eats rice with sriracha, which I tried the other day because she mentioned it, and I was like, okay. Too bad back in the day when I ate more rice, I didn't, but I can't be eating a bunch of rice now. I'm working out. I can't be I'm actually seeing the difference in my old tail. If I put some rice, I'm about to I can't do it. It's like, can I have a beer or can I have rice? Well, I'm gonna choose this beer.
Yeah.
But it's a good. I love some sriracha. I put hot sauce on a lot of stuff, and that one tastes really good. Ramen, some of those cooking shows, yeah, they hook it up really good. Hey, Rita, popping in to smoosh the like button. Have a great day. Oh, I thank you very much for coming by, Miss Lady. Hey, Nicole, how you doing? Hello. Welcome. Hulu and Netflix fighting over whose show will come out first. Yeah, because that's the big things everybody's looking at. Those two programs. I don't watch a lot of TV though. Pandemic by Robin Cook. Are you trying to give yourself PTSD? What is going on?
Is it about actual pandemic? If so,
yeah, Yeah, let us know if that's the one we're going through. Are we officially still in it though? I don't know.
I think we're out. I'm only saying that because at my job they stopped allowing people to take, work from home, hybrid working
Oh,
around the end of 2022, then beginning 2023. After that, they were like, it's over. Like, you don't really see that many cases anymore, but people are still getting it. And if not
yeah.
that, they're really sick with something else. I have a coworker that is now in the hospital with pneumonia. I feel like that's going around.
Yeah, I think that people forget, like with COVID, that there are other diseases out there. And now that we're unmasking, you see, I work in a hospital. We have a lot more pneumonia, and RSV is like the big thing that we've been seeing
Mhm.
a whole lot. So just watch yourself. I just feel like you can't shut the entire world down forever for
No.
this thing. Because I think the whole idea of the mask and everything and people staying around, like out away from people, was basically for them to get a handle on how to treat COVID so
Mhm.
that people weren't dying. And now that they have, it's not a disaster anymore because you get it, they know how to treat it.
Right.
So it's like move on, It's like the flu. Remember the big flu shutdown in what 18, 15, 16, something like that? It took
Mhm.
them 2 years to get a handle of that. And now flu's just commonplace.
Right.
So, but yeah, but ugh, yeah, my husband's job, they were already trying to have people work from home a little bit. So they were just like, look, this is the new normal. It's like, okay, wait till we get out of New Jersey then. Do we have to stay here
Right.
working from home? That's what I'm working on right now. When authors connect things over multiple books, love the intricacies. As long as you can keep up with it, I think it's good.
Right. Right.
Sarah J. Maas has multiple charts to connect her character. She is one of the favorite authors. Yeah, she is definitely popular across all media. I saw this one video when I first came on YouTube. It was a girl who had like a chart, like, okay, you have this character and this character, and she had her pointer, and then she
Yeah.
had like the little, the little line diagram that they do at the police stations for the
Yeah.
crimes. She had this is how this connect. I was just like,
Yeah. Her
girl.
name is Carrie Can Read. I think I've seen it too. I already read the books, so I just watched it just to see how she was able to get it all done because that is a feat.
It
Okay.
was. It was awesome. I was impressed. I was
Yeah.
impressed, and I didn't even know what I was listening at, but it was awesome. I was like, "Girl, you are into it." I love somebody that goes hard for their books like that. I was like, "Okay, girl, subscribe."
Mhm.
I gotta go buy my dad some guac and tortillas so he can make burritos for the game. Oh, okay, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, enjoy. Get some drinks. Debut-a-thon. I'm glad they did that. After the controversy, I plan to read the 5 books by BIPOC authors, and she bombed. I didn't know what the books were, but the premise of this just sounded awesome. It's like a Jamaican-inspired fantasy. So I was like, okay, I'm for it. So it should be good.
Mhm.
But yeah, that sucks. That it's like work on your own self. Why you gotta worry about other people's stuff?
They
Hello,
keep.
lady. How are you doing? So Mama Washington was not a foodie.
She didn't care at all. She's still like that. I think I have her taste buds. I told myself I wouldn't get to be like my parents, but look at me. I'm like my parents in the sense of my mother. She will eat like some, let's say for example, you have some leftover chili or something. She'll put the chili at the bottom and then put like a whole bag of broccoli on top. I do the same thing. Most of the time, any food that I eat, I'm putting like a bag of vegetables on top of it. It works.
I do too. I like one pot meals. I do the same
Yeah.
thing, and I'll sometimes incorporate a previous meal into the next one, if
Right.
it makes sense. But I'll do that too. Like
Oh,
I'll
yeah, she
get,
don't care.
yeah. I'm not
It's
a
all in
waster.
the same place.
Exactly. But it has to kind of make sense and taste good. But yeah, I'm a big fan of adding vegetables to stuff, which I don't have a problem eating vegetables by themselves.
Oh,
But I think it's better when you kind of put them together and it just kind of makes it all one little pot. Like this that I just had it was some pasta sauce I had some chicken, and then I added in a can of corn, and I had a bunch of bell peppers that I didn't know what to do with because I was going to make stuffed bell peppers, but these were small.
mm,
I like make big bell peppers, so I cut them all up and threw them all in there. But sometimes I'll buy the other day I had a bag chili that I got, and I had some frozen vegetables in there in the fridge. So I just threw in 2 bags into the chili.
Yep.
Vegetable chili.
Yeah, exactly. And I bet it tasted good.
It did. You gotta learn how to hook things up. I'm from the South.
Exactly.
I'm from the South and I'm from a Black family, okay? You know how to incorporate different things and how to make something out of whatever you got, because sometimes you might not have anything else. So
Right.
my mom taught me that. But my mom has like this Southern lady, I can make it from scratch thing. I didn't get that. My sister did.
That's how my grandmother was. And my aunt, like that's all that. On my father's side, all the females know how to make. Well, most of them know
Yeah.
how to make biscuits from scratch. The yeast rolls and stuff, and they iron and homemakers. I didn't get that. I just be like, oh, you chose to do that, but
They
each
spouse
their-
be eating good.
yeah, right. Yes, be looking forward to the plates. Plates smell so good. Ugh. Let me drink this water and pretend like it's food.
There we go. I got mine too. Okay, so Resistance said, Red, what is your name? I keep calling you
Her name is
Resistance.
Keita.
Keita. Okay.
Keita. Yeah,
Good.
Keda.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I was thinking it in my head. I was on the little Discord, but I was like, nah, that's not it. Okay, sorry about that. Hi, Keita. How you doing? We have been communicating. What does this special edition look like? Let me know. Is it the same cover? I'm
And
assuming
we have straight
it,
edges or
I
something.
definitely don't have. They're sprayed white.
The day that a library buy the special edition, it ain't getting it back. It ain't getting it back.
I got some books the other day with some sprayed edges from the library. I did a little small. It was the Ruth Carter. It's a short video I did on my channel, like 3 minutes. Just if you look back, but it had like some, I don't know. It was the lady that dresses a lot of Black Hollywood, including like Black Panther Coming to America.
I remember when you shared that book. Yes.
Yeah, very pretty. That's as close as I'm gonna get the sprayed edges on this channel. So but enjoy it. That's it. I like Sergei Mask, but having read many other stories that have plots that were better, so she's not a favorite of mine. Okay, yeah, she's just popular, but I don't deny her talent, though. That's for sure. Same thing with Coho. It is what it is. Our editors really need to make her cut stuff. Oh, she's long-winded. Hey, she's giving you your money's worth, okay?
Right.
I don't know how much the books cost, but she's giving you your money's worth in this economy. Ashley from Booker's Realm was not happy with the Jamaican representation. Apparently, it's not much. Oh, see, I'm not Jamaican. Huh? This one?
Is it that? Is for that one? Is she talking about?
Yeah,
that
probably. This is Jamaican inspired.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know much about Jamaican culture, so for my deluded brain, it'll probably be just fine. Like if you're really into a certain culture, you could probably pick apart a lot of these books that we read, but,
right.
Yeah, I go for like an entertaining plot. So we'll see. I mean, you got dragons in there, so I'm pretty sure they diluted something up in there. Last I heard, there wasn't any Jamaican dragons floating around, so we'll see what's up.
Just wait and see until you get into the book.
Yeah, you know. I got to prioritize. For some reason, in my head, it's like a daunting task. What do I read next? I need to do something. All right, let's get to a sprint here because my goal is to be out of here by noon. Actually, it was going to be 11, but we didn't do that. So let's do a 45-minute sprint and get the heck out of here, okay?
Okay.
Okay. There we go. Happy reading, y'all. See you in 45. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. How did your reading go?
It's picking up.
Okay, there we go. How far did you get?
I got to 69%.
Okay, you'll be good before you know it. I was thinking of picking that up, and then I decided to pick up Vagabonds instead. It was calling to me.
I like the cover.
I know, it's a really pretty cover. That's actually a person. It took me forever to figure out. Like, there's the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think I'm trying to figure out. It's kind of like essay-ish. So I'm trying to figure out, like, is this dialogue? Because I need some dialogue. Like, is it a story? Or so it looks like it. I think I'm just kind of at like the.
Let me look. Is it a short story collection?
Say again?
Is it a short story collection?
No, it's not a short story collection. I don't know.
But it's reading like essays.
Yeah, well, like in the beginning, I mean, I'm only like 20 pages into it, but it's like a I don't know. Right now, it's like this God's talking about how some other God made him so that, you know, because God can't be everywhere at once. So he made all these other gods and how he always obeyed him. And then you just got to this one kid's story that's talking about his uncle, but there's no dialogue like itself. But it looks like there's dialogue later on. So
Right.
I think I'm just not there yet. I'm hoping I get there further. Okay, it looks like if I get another 2 pages in, it starts with some dialogue. Okay. You know, you have to have that establishment of a story. So I was just curious because I don't really know much about this book. I just know that it is it's a group read for Blackathon.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really read too much about it because I was like, I know I'm going to read it.
Right.
Sit in Legos. So we'll see. Looks pretty interesting thus far. Let's see where the comments are at here. Okay, so we were talking about So Let Them Burn, which is a Jamaican inspired fantasy. And Scarlett was saying that I guess Ashley from Bookish Realm's father is Jamaican. So
Mm-hmm.
a little bit more insight into like the actual culture than I would. But yes, I agree that it would be cool if, there was some dragons, in Jamaica would spurt tourism more. It wouldn't be just we're harsher on our own voices when we're part of the community. Completely understandable. I completely understand that. Yep. Mm-hmm. Vuvu gotta go. Thanks for the sprint. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I don't know if they're doing the fully booked sprint. That's the African chat room thing. I don't know if that's this weekend or not. I haven't checked.
I haven't opened.
Really?
I'm gonna look at it afterwards.
Ready for my team to hopefully kick butt in Super Bowl today. Getting around to waking up. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, Super Bowl. Got some time. Got some time. Get your snacks. At least enjoy your snacks and your drinks, just in case. Because only one team could win. I mean, ultimately, they got there when other teams did not. So I call that a win in itself.
Right.
Well, that ain't real. You want your team to win. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Thus far, it's looking up. I got some reading and working out and some food and tea. It's good to me. I'm simple. Yeah, there you go. Hope your day's going well. Hey, Kenny. Working on some chores is always a plus. We could always use those. Going good here. Good luck for your team. Awesome, awesome. Hello, Cherie. Making coffee and listening to Sex, Lies, and Sensibilities. Want to finish today. Ooh, okay. I hope that's good. That sounds like a
Lies and Sensibility.
It sounds kind of like old. I'm thinking of Sense and is it Sense and Sensibility, like a classic? So maybe that's a play or something like that.
Right.
I was thinking of Truth, Lies, and Videotapes for the movie.
Oh, okay.
That too. Well, hopefully you're enjoying the book. Couple of chapters read. That is always a plus. Hey, Mayama. I'm just waking up, but reading Life in Yop City graphic novel. Once I get me a couple.
I want a copy of that.
What is that about? I'm all for a graphic novel.
Yeah, it's a graphic novel. I want to say it's originally written in Haitian. Not Haitian, sorry, Haitian Creole. But I'm not sure. Let me open it up because I've seen it around. My library doesn't have it.
Of course, the libraries.
That's
kind of. I prefer graphics in a paper format because I've had them in the e-format, like via NetGalley, and I don't know. It's just something about the paper appeals to me more. But I'll take them whatever way I can get. Did you find it?
No, let me see. I'm pretty sure. I feel like it was written in French. I know it was written in another language before it was translated, but I could be wrong. Looking on Goodreads. Okay, it's pretty close. Not really. Ivory Coast. It's set in Ivory Coast. They do speak French there, don't they?
I think so. There's a lot of French influence from colonialism.
Right.
What is it about?
Right. So it's a French series.
Is Yop an actual city?
I don't know. Questions that need answers. Mayama, do you know the answers to these questions? Because I don't know. Let me see. Oh, it's a lengthy summary. Loosely based on my. Okay, yeah, it's a real place. Yop City is a real place.
Okay.
It's the story of a studious and clear-sighted 19-year-old Aya, her easygoing friends Aju and Bintu, and their meddling relatives and neighbors. It's a wryly, funny, breezy account of the simple pleasures and private troubles of everyday life in Yop City. That's the short end of the long end.
Is that like middle grade? Why? What is that?
It says young adult.
Okay. Okay.
So
Maybe worth
this is
checking out.
this fall a 19-year-old. So yeah, I don't know how
I
many
like it.
I don't know how many issues they have, but the one I'm looking at is 384 pages and it's
Okay.
issue 1 through 3.
That
So
sounds
I
long.
don't know which one. I think that's the one that she's reading.
That sounds long enough. You don't need any more issues.
387. Yeah, those that are that long take me a while to get through. You would think
Yeah.
it
Well, it's
wouldn't
good
take
you're
that
getting
long,
roles in
but
it.
mm-hmm.
I don't understand why people would buy I definitely prefer a bind up, but you know how normally a volume contains several chapters, right? I don't
Mm-hmm.
understand why people would buy individual chapters. That literally takes you 5 minutes to read. Like
Right.
I go through graphics a lot. Like lately, what I do when I go through graphics is I'll try to slow down so I can try to look at all the details on the
Yeah.
page, but they still read really quick. But imagine getting this chapter that's like 10 pages long and you're paying however much. I would just wait for a big bind up.
Exactly.
I don't get it. Hey, Coda, how are you doing today? Welcome. We had the last sprint. We're about to be out of here. Thank you for coming by. Elena has to go now. Thank you so much for coming, Elena. Much appreciated. Dustin says probably after this, going to add some stuff up for taxes and child.
Oh, I forgot it is tax season. God.
I hate tax season. We do our own. After paying somebody
Right.
a few $100 last few years, I'm like, between my husband and I, we got a brain. We
Mm-hmm.
might as well save us some money. And that's
Right.
what we've been doing. So get the software and do it ourselves. I'm just
Yeah,
done
that's
with
I
it.
know. My mother, she grew up, which I not my mother. I grew up watching my mother do her taxes, my uncle's taxes, and anybody else that asked to do them. And she used to do it by hand. I don't know if you all remember those big old books from back in the day. Yeah, she would do it like that. Calculating machine. Sorry, that's what
Mhm.
she would call it. A calculating machine on the
Yep.
side, pencil and paper, and go to town. But I do it both ways just to make sure. I do the software and the hand. We don't have much.
Yeah. Unless you're itemizing like tons of crazy businesses, I think it's better just to do it yourself. Like if you just use the 1040 EZ, like I used to always do my own taxes. I would even do my mom's taxes and I never had an issue. Like I was in high school and I was doing like my mom's taxes and then once I started getting my house, then I did them for a few years by myself and then I started going to H&R Block. And then when I got married, my husband had kind of a little side business at the time. And so we would definitely go to a professional. But we had a horrible experience. I was there like 8 hours with some newbie guy. Hey, yeah, he was newbie. He kept asking this other person questions. You could see the other guy was getting frustrated with him. I was just like, "Are we your first clients?" I was like, "No." And then we still wound up paying $700 because when you have all those little yeah, when you have all those different schedules, you know what I'm talking about? You
Yeah,
pay, I
yeah.
think it's like $50 at the time per schedule. And my husband was doing like these little bitty side investments where he would just lose like $11 or little side small stock things, whatever. But each
Yeah.
of those schedules, that was what added up, was like $50 to claim a loss. Like it made no sense. And
Mm-mm.
after that, I told my husband, we're not, no, stop. We are doing our own taxes. And that's what we did. We started
Right.
doing our own taxes and we have saved. And we actually got money back last year, which was the first time in
Exactly.
forever.
Mm.
But yeah, taxes are the worst. And then I found out because I was determined a year before last to figure out how these taxes are calculated. Because I don't understand when we both claim zero deduction, how we're still owing money at the end of the year. And I'm not talking about a little money, I'm talking about a few $1,000s.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, so I started looking up tax stuff on the IRS website and seeing how they calculated taxes and seeing which tax bracket we're in and realizing that, your maximum tax bracket isn't how you're taxed along the way. Like, I don't think a lot of people really understand how your taxes are calculated and all. And I realized my employer is not taking out enough taxes and neither is he. And that is the reason we were owing money. So I
Yeah.
looked at the last 2, 3 years about how much extra money we're owing. And my husband makes more money than we do. So what I did was I looked at what's the average money that we still owe. And I kind of did a division where he pays twice as much of those taxes, like no, where to get extra taxes taken out of our paychecks. And so
Right.
I had twice as much taken out of his paycheck than in mine since he owes more. I mean, it all goes into a big pot. We share accounts, but
Right.
still.
Right.
And so that way we pay extra taxes per paycheck. So now
Mhm.
at the end of the year, we actually get a refund. I don't
Right.
know how we wound up getting so much extra money back last year because I don't think it was an exorbitant amount, but
Mhm.
somehow with the way the taxes go, we actually got a good amount last year. So I'm like, okay, we're
Yeah.
doing well. I'm going to keep that. I'd rather
That's
not see the money than have to pay a whole bunch later.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. We get extra money taken out of our paychecks as well because we learned the hard way. We
Yeah.
didn't know that one of our jobs was a 1099 job. We asked people before we even started, is it 1099? They're like, oh, no, 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 it's not. And I'm like, I feel like you don't know what a 1099 is.
Yeah. What is a
So,
1099 job?
so it's a contract job and they usually don't take the taxes out. So that means you're
Oh.
responsible for paying the taxes later. So of course
Mhm.
we didn't expect that. And we end up having to pay, I think maybe like $2,000+ in taxes because we didn't know. So then after next year after that, we were like, okay, we know now this is a 1099 job. So we put money aside because of that second job that we were doing.
Yeah.
And then we had quit, I think, halfway through. But that still wasn't enough because we didn't know that they changed the W-4 form. So anybody out there that hasn't checked their W-4 form, please do that because that affects how much money they take out of your paycheck, every single month.
Yep.
The W-4 needs to be updated, but if you're not in tune with all the stuff that's been updated with the tax office or with the IRS, you could get screwed over
Yep.
majorly. Yeah, so yeah, we hate taxes, but be smart about it. That's all I'm gonna say.
And
Be smart
understand
about
it.
it.
That's one of
Right.
those things most of us don't understand it. You fill out
Mm-mm.
the W-4 and you forget about it. I just got
Right.
frustrated and I was like, I'm figuring this out. It was like a quest. I'm project oriented, I was
Mhm.
like, if I was at work trying to figure out taxes and people like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm trying to figure out why I owe and how are our taxes, and I
Right.
sat there with a calculator and did the math. I made up just like a kind of like a fake income type thing and like
Mhm.
ran that through like tons of scenarios to figure out how the taxes are calculated. And I was like, y'all not taking out enough. Because HR
Right.
is like, oh, we take out enough taxes. I'm like, no,
Mm-mm.
you are definitely not taking
You're
out
not
enough
taking enough.
taxes. You're
Right.
barely taking out a 10.4%.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, most of us pay
Not
more than
enough.
that.
So take
Yeah.
more so I can get the money later. I'll be fine.
Yep. So once I designated it, it was fine because they were like, "Oh, you don't have to do this." I was like, "I don't know. I don't have to. I feel like I need to, so
Right.
that I won't have a conniption fit at the end of every year." Because
Precisely.
also, if you are not having them take out those taxes, because this is another thing I didn't know. Apparently, um, um, there's an underpayment penalty because taxes truthfully are due quarterly for the federal and state or whatever. It's
Mhm.
due quarterly. So if you're having underpayment because your employer is not taking out those taxes, then when you actually file your taxes, there is an underpayment penalty that is attached to that.
Mm.
That's why ours was like a few $100s or whatever. But that's extra money that you are paying at the end of the year because you have underpayment for your quarterly taxes. I was always wondering why an H&R Block, when they print out stuff for the next year, when you actually pay them and get your taxes done by them, there's like these little tax vouchers. And I was like, why do I need these tax vouchers? My friend actually showed them to me. And I was like, she was like, yeah, I pay my taxes quarterly. And I'm like, what? For people that understand and the tax laws and stuff, then
Mhm.
she wasn't originally from this country, so she studied up on a lot of that stuff and she adheres to that. I think a lot of people here just rely on their employers and call it a day. But
Right.
we've been paying this underpayment penalty for damn near like 8 years and didn't know about it. And
Lord.
nobody ever mentioned it to us. So that's why I went through like my previous H&R Block stuff when we decided to do it ourselves. I went through like with a fine tooth comb, all that paperwork they give you. And I was like, why are we paying a penalty?
Yep.
Sometimes I saw the guy would waive it and ask for a waiver, which I guess some financial institutions or whatever can do. And other times we just had it paid. But the thing is, if you have your employer take out extra money, then your taxes are paid, when they're kind of due, and then you avoid that underpayment penalty.
Yeah.
Okay. This isn't a tax class, but look it up, y'all.
Right. Be smart.
Yes. Good morning. Hey, Kay. How you doing, Christina? I hope everyone is well. Getting up, getting some coffee, caffeinated goodness with the like button. I'm all for that. I'm going to have another cup of tea before I take a shower. Coming of age story, young woman on the Ivory Coast, and it's translated.
Oh, okay. See, I thought I was memory was going bad, but no, it was okay this time.
I've never heard of it. I'm gonna have to remember that. You have those readathons with translated works. That'd be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Kiwi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think this is Crystal, right? Good morning. Just woke up, having a cup of tea in bed. I love that. Listening to My Husband by Ma Ventura. What about this?
That was funny because I read a blog post where somebody read this book, My Husband. And I'm laughing because she said that she would be okay if she never heard My Husband again. I guess they repeat My Husband too much in the book. So I'm curious to know how this Kiwi is feeling about it.
Yeah. That's possession. My man, my husband.
Right, my husband.
Thanks for hosting. Thank you very much for coming by. Much appreciated. Mama says she has the first 2 volumes from the library. How many volumes is it? I think you would enjoy it. It's lovely based on the author. Oh, that's cool. I like that. I like that. I lost my spot here. I wonder how many volumes there are. Libraries be slacking with the volumes sometimes.
Yeah.
I guess I'll catch the replay. Thanks for the sprint. Much appreciated. We always claim 0 on our checks, and that way they take out the most, and we get back more at tax time. We can claim higher, but we don't want to risk having to pay. See, I agree with that. I have always claimed 0. However, once I got married, I don't know what changed, but even claiming 0 with both of us claiming 0, we still owed. I don't know if combined with our income then put us in a different tax bracket. I think that's part of it. And we don't have any dependents. I'm so pissed that they want you to adopt all of these damn animals, but you can't claim anything about them. That pisses me off. I'm serious. I think it's wrong.
Yeah, it is wrong. I need to throw my little 2 cents in then.
Go ahead, girl.
Children, they're not here. They live in Nigeria right now. We're working on trying to get them here. And I think it's unfair that I can't claim them or we can't claim them and we're taking care of them. It's just that they're not here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, well, they don't have a social security number, so you can't do that. I'm like, but we're literally sending money and taking care of 2 households between 2 countries. And you say we can't claim it? Okay, I understand.
But then you have a lot of people that from other places that send family money to family members. Like I have several coworkers that like they have older parents like in India and they fully support them, and they can't claim that either. So, yeah.
I'm like, give us a break.
Yeah. Yeah, and then this idea of trying to prove that it's a whole nother ball game. So I understand that. It's the same thing with it, but
I got receipts for everything. Dating back years.
Yeah, I wish there was some things we could claim. I really do. I understand that plight. But it's the same thing like going to pets. Not that, I know it's kind of trivial compared to people, but at the same time, like people go hard for their pets. I feel like there should be some sort of claimants, some people that's their kids, I just feel like there's a lot of expense and there's always a push. And I just wish that there was some things that, especially when you did not have children, that you can claim because it's kind of like a penalty, if you ask me. But at the same
being
time,
single.
Yeah. It's
You get penalized for not being married.
Yeah. And it all depends on like the way you look at it. But yes, there
Yeah.
should be some sort of break because to me, then why isn't you're getting a break for a kid? Like there's no reason or law that you should have a kid. To me,
Right.
that's not okay that you get some tax break. So I make the same amount of money as you, but because you have a kid, now you're getting a credit. And I don't want a deduction. I want a credit because I learned the difference between credits and deductions too. That ain't the same.
No.
The credits are way better.
Mhm.
So yeah, girl, I have.
I'm over here jealous. My husband has a friend who has 11 kids. 11. And the thing is, like, no, but this is funny though. When I met him, not my husband, but when I met the friend, he had, I think, maybe 5 at that time. So it's just like, it's just more and more kids. And he's like, you have to have children. You get more tax credit. I'm like, so you having kids to get tax credits? Because that's what it sounds like to me. Is there a max? I need to know. Like, if you, let's say, for example, the Duggars, they had 20 kids, right? Or 19 kids. I don't know. The Duggars.
Crazy.
So does that mean that they get $2,000 plus per head? That's a lot of money.
Millionaires too, but yeah, that at some point you're going to lose. At some point, you're not going to owe. Like at some point, they need to pay you. Like let's say it has to be a max. I think there is a max to the child tax credit you can have, right? But let's say you owe. I don't know. Let's say you owe $5,000, right? I don't know what the max is. Let's say it's 10. And you max that out because you have the amount of kids, right? Then do they pay you?
That's what it seems like.
I don't know. It probably just writes off your taxes. But I just feel like it's just unfair. I just feel like there should be something synonymous with other stuff. I don't know really what. I haven't really looked into the whole child tax credit or what the behind the scenes of what it really is for and how that equates to our society, that you deserve a credit because of that. If anything, I feel like with our high birth rates, hell, I should be getting a credit for not contributing to support a person to this society.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But then apparently they're claiming that American birth rates are decreasing. I'm like, where? Like my husband swears that, there's not going to be any people on this planet in 10 years. I don't think we're in any doubt for that.
Worried though. Why are people worried about there not being enough people? You know what I mean? Like for every person that doesn't want a child, there's several people that want several children,
or don't want them and are still popping them out.
Right. And other people are adopting those children. Like there's gonna always be children. They're never gonna go away, y'all. Never.
It's just an excuse. I just maybe it's just the particular what's another conversation. We're gonna go. So we have K-Beth. Hello. Almost 5. I have plans to edit my weekly vlog and try to read some of my current art, The Bride of Death. That sounds fun. Okay.
Yeah.
Have fun with the editing. I understand the plight of that. The IRS knows how much you owe. Why they make us go through this when they can just send us a bill? Yeah. It's a lot of work though. I figure like I'm hoping that, like look at the amount of people that in their system that they have to track to say, hey, this is how much you owe and stuff, right? I'm hoping that's right because I take it on faith that is right, that's the number, like because you have like my account, if you will, at the IRS. So you know how much you should be getting each and every time, so I'm just like, that better be right. But that's one of the reasons why I started doing the math. And I'm like, okay, I went back like 5 years to be like, what is it that I am paying with this math to make sure it's right? I mean, I'm not exact, but it seemed okay based off their formulae that they have in set for how they calculate taxes. It's just most of us don't know, but hopefully it continues to be right. Okay, Lachette says, I wanted 15 minutes. Help my dad put a table for my grandmother in the car. That's awesome. Okay, helping out. The final chat.
Not boo.
What a good morning, but we gotta go and support some other folks. And I need to get I'm dry now, but I'm sweaty. Okay, I need to get this together. I got to meet some friends at 2:30. They're texting me about 2:15, 2:30. Get there when you get there. Why are we complaining about a 15-minute difference? Because some girls said they'll get there early at 2:15, and the other girl was like, I can't get out of my chiropractor at 2:30. I'm still gonna be drinking no matter what. I'm gonna be.
Right. It don't matter the time.
That's why we put it on Super Bowl Sunday, because none of us have nothing else to do because everybody else is watching the game.
Exactly.
Let's see, Jessica. Oh, Jessica, I'm sorry, I said the wrong name. My bad.
You call it Crystal.
Yeah, I said Crystal. I'm meeting all these lovely new people lately, which I appreciate. Y'all keep coming through. Okay, let me know where I can come through for y'all. But I'm trying to get the names right in my head. Okay? Really good. But the whole premise is she's obsessed with her husband to the point where she plans every interaction with him.
Sounds unhinged.
Are we talking about my sister? What are we talking
My
about?
husband, remember? The shade. The shade.
Do they have kids? Because she needs to have a kid, and then she'll let that husband do his own thing, because then she got somebody else to deal
I
with.
could never. I don't even pay attention to mine half the time. He'll talk about something, and he's like, "TT, did you hear me?" I was like, "Look, I'm sorry. I closed you out. I'm so sorry."
Yeah, you can't be too obsessed. Can't claim that money even as a charitable contribution. Exactly. But then that's the thing. Charities is a deduction. It's not a credit. Like you think like people, it's funny, people want you to buy something, contribute to something, and they try to put the icing on the cake. Oh, it's a deduction. Even a $2,000 deduction, what is that? Like $3 off my taxes? Like,
right. I just roll my eyes.
Yeah.
They do that at my university because I work there, but I'm also an alumni. So they'll ask me for this, that, and the other, and they're like, "Well, you contribute, you can get the tax deduction." I'm like, I do not care. Like, I'm not giving you my money. You got enough of my money when I went to school here. That's enough.
Exactly. Facts. These folks.
Oh, her husband don't got a name? Oh my God.
Yeah,
so all we know him as is my husband.
Hopefully he has a name. But you have some of those books that don't give people a name, and it's like a literary device in some sort. So Kay says, one reason we have not got married yet, but then even though I am an adult dependent and he claims me on his taxes, I was not included on that when they spent money during COVID. Oh yeah.
Those were the days, okay? My husband, when we were getting them checks, he was like, "Why don't they do this all the time?" And I was like, "Look, you have to understand." I said, the U.S. rarely gives out stipends. Rarely. It's not normal.
And they were giving stipends to everybody. You're in China. You're in Canada. You get a stipend. You get a stipend. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm over here working my tail off with COVID with a mask on my face. That's why my face is all discolored right here. My skin went to crap with all that. I'm in healthcare, so we were working like crazy and having those masks 24/7. It's like, ugh. I look at my face and I'm like, COVID did this to me. I wear more makeup now because COVID didn't screw my face up. Meanwhile, my sister's over here and be like, I got a stipend. I had to, girl, we didn't get ours, right? At first check. And I was like, are we going to get it? Like at first, I didn't think we qualified. We had to fight them for it. I was like, P. Girl. Not so far, judging by the videos, I don't think he will.
He would never get a name.
Hey Paco, how you doing, Mr. Man? Oh, by the way, for the debut-a-thon I was telling you about for reading the books that were dive bombed by that author lady, Paco right here is one of the hosts. Hey Paco, are y'all doing a live show? Let me know. I got the book. I just want to make sure if y'all are that I am going to read it by that time. If you're not, that's fine. I just want to be sure. I know Kim and Jen have already read it.
Oh,
My generation and younger are definitely not having as many kids.
mm-hmm.
I think these days we have more birth control available, and so like my mom was like one of, was it 8 kids, and then her mom was one of a lot. So I think people are definitely having lesser.
Yeah.
Like my one kid, it's sister had like 7. That's a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, and my mom had 5, but everybody's different. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I'm just praying for just one. Just one. That's enough. Because childbirth in itself is scary to me.
Girl, I don't
And
see how the Dugans
doesn't
be
help.
doing it.
My other older sister, anytime I talk to her about it, she's like, Jaleesa, it shifts your entire body around. I'm like, that doesn't make me want that doesn't make me want it. She didn't have a good experience. She ended up having to have a C-section. And yeah, she did not like it. She only has one child, so I only have one niece. That's it.
It's childbirth. I mean, granted, I haven't been through it, but childbirth is a lot of trauma on your body. I think back in the day when people used to die during childbirth, it was more serious. Although, keep in mind, no matter what the traumas of childbirth is, and no matter how much it makes your body aesthetically and all this other stuff look differently, it does not stop people from having children. They're pow,
Oh,
But
right.
I think it's relatively safer. But you got to get them out somehow if you want to procreate. Like I initially never wanted kids, and then I got married and changed my mind. And then we suffered infertility and then spent tons of money doing several rounds of IVF to not come out with a kid. So it's not by choice that I don't have kids. I would have loved to know that it just wasn't going to happen, because I don't know anybody besides myself that went through IVF several rounds and didn't come out with a kid. I would have saved all the money that I worked through COVID for to pay for something that didn't happen, so, but that is what it is. BookTube is my baby. BookTube for me was born out of the trauma I experienced of not being able to whatever. So, but I feel like it's a blessing. You take all that trauma that you put your body through for the child that you have. I know you probably hate it when they're cussing at you and all this other stuff.
That's my fear. Like, y'all don't understand. I'm one of them people that honestly, if the child is old enough to take care of itself, let's say it's 16, that's a ballpark, and you start cussing and fussing at me, or you lay your hands on me, I'm dropping your butt off in the front of a fire station. Don't come back home. Just don't. Wink, wink. I'm just kidding. I would love my child as long as they'll allow me to, but at the same time, I'm not going to take disrespect from somebody whose hands are as big as mine.
And even some of those people reasoning, I mean, that's a whole other conversation, but I'm just like, I'm not with the people that's trying to reason with the 2-year-old and act like they running them and rearranging their life. No. Like, I just read a book. These 15, 16, 17-year-olds are talking to these adults like they're grown freaking adults with them.
What the book is
hold up. Where's the Smackdown at?
What's the book called?
The Blood Debt series, Blood Debts and Blood Justice.
Oh, okay. I've seen that going around.
Yeah, Blood Debts is out. Blood Justice, I got it as a NetGalley arc. It's the follow-up. But I'm just like, they got even more spicy. Like, I understand some of these YA novels get a little spicy at times when it comes to like the children. I call them children, 17, 16, 17, 18. Like being in more adult spaces and being amateur sleuths and all this stuff. But don't get it twisted. You are a child. I can see when they are communicating with each other, but they talking and interacting with these grown people like they're their peers.
Wow.
You need to calm down. Exactly.
If that happened with us, I think, because I don't know if you grew up like this, but like in my family, especially who are at church, the elders were allowed to give us a spanking or something like that, or a pop on the hand. They didn't care. It's like this raising a village, not raising a village, we'll say a child being raised by a village in a way.
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to that now because I'm really picky when it comes to people put their hands on other people's kids. But at the same time, like, if you see something, just tell me. You ain't got to touch my child.
Hell, you probably got a little spanking or whatever. I know there's some people that don't believe in spanking, to each his own, but I'm just saying you probably got some reprimand probably from your parents too by disrespecting me that somebody else had to put you in line.
Yeah.
And that was double fold. But yeah, I'm just saying, raise your kids right. How your kids turn out is ultimately up to them because we have autonomy in this world. But when you are not doing what you need to do by them from an earlier age and teaching them home training, and then they go out and run amok, you can blame yourself on that one. That's another ballgame. But yeah, people are gonna be popping out kids.
They want enough humans to continue to work for it.
Yeah. Yeah, but these kids don't want to work. They want to do what we're doing and thinking they're going to wear a paycheck. I know YouTube ain't paying me.
This is a hobby.
Exactly. This is a hobby. And this one I spend a lot of time to. But hell, I at least got my paycheck right before I'm on the internet all day. But hell, I'm not expecting to become a viral sensation. I'm not going to turn it down if it happens. But all these kids these days want to sit at home and be a viral sensation. Oh, it's right around the corner. To me, that's just like shopping around your mixtape.
Yeah, essentially.
Listening to Throne of the Fallen. Ooh, are you enjoying it? Are you off today, Paco? We should be getting out of here soon. Hey, Paco. U.S. tax sounds less complex. Our taxes automatically deducted from our pay, and every year we get a letter saying we either owe X amount or they owe us no work on our. Oh, really?
Yep.
Dang, you don't even have to do
it easy.
I never even thought of that. That's a better idea. You already know, because if I underpay, then you send me a thing saying I underpaid. So why don't you just tell me how much was owed? That's even better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're bunk. We're bunk. Don't move here. Don't even visit. The sprints are over, Lachelle. We're just talking trash. Even when we owe, the most I ever paid was 20. Is that euros? Because of an error from my employers. Hell, you know what? The employers made the error. They should suck that up if you ask me. But you know,
I wish.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see what y'all saying now. I didn't understand. Okay, yeah, I understand. I completely agree. Why have me go through all that effort? But you know what? I think that's to stimulate the American economy. Let's go and pay. Have you, even though you already owe, well, let's have you go out and pay somebody else to determine. So it's like you're contributing to the economy even more. I ain't got time. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm doing my own. I'm gonna waste my own time instead of having somebody else waste my time and my money. Let me just waste my own time and get my math skills in order, because I can always use a refresher. Okay.
Right.
Other stores asking you to donate. They already donated and are trying to recoup that money through you, so you can't claim it on your taxes. I agree. And it's just like those celebrities, right? Remember Oprah donated what, $1 million to some, I think this before she built her school in Africa, right? Everybody was like, oh, Oprah. All these celebrities donate money, which to me is a fraction. You got paid $20 million for a film and you donated $500,000. Mm-hmm. Really? You made 3 films this year. But anyway, you donated all of this money, and but it's a deduction for you.
Right.
You know, I'm not giving you no accolades. Mm-hmm. Come on now. I'm not doing it.
No, we know what it is. We know what's up.
Exactly. I know all you're doing is for power. Kay was a teacher during COVID, and my yellow skin has never been the same. It has a constant stroke. Exactly. I thought that these little dark spots here was from my glasses, because you know glass wearers, but no, it's all around here. I have I have marks right here, and right here from all that mask wearing, because you put that on, and then the oils, especially like I work 12-hour shifts, so you wear that mask that's tight around here, and it's like presses like oils and things and clogs up your pores and stuff.
Oh my god,
horrible. Yes, March. Oh, okay, I got time. Okay, yeah, I'll be right by the end of the month. I'm excited to read it. Thank you. No date picked out. We're talking about So Let Them Burn. Awesome. Kay says, my hubby worked for CMH. Is that a hospital? Children's hospital? Stay-at-home mama for an autistic child. Yet I did not get the stipend. What? We've been together for 15 years. Government's stingy sometimes. Mhm.
Giving it to everybody.
And then that's the idea. Another thing, I think that stay-at-home mom is a job. Like, I
Yeah,
think there's a difference between someone choosing to stay at home as a job versus someone that just ain't got a job. But you are
right.
still a stay-at-home mom. So,
It's a hard job. My sister is a therapist, and some of her patients are stay-at-home mothers or stay-at-home parents, and she tells them, "Don't you call yourself that? Call yourself a house manager because it's a job.
there
It's a
you
job.
go.
You are a house manager, okay?"
Yep. I saw this thing once that calculated it. There's probably a few different YouTube videos you can watch that calculated like the real salary of the stay-at-home mom and how much they should get paid. Oh my gosh, that's daunting. You'd be like, you know what? I'd rather go to work. I'd rather go to work.
Yeah, to go to work.
I have never had the desire to be I mean, you do what you got to do. So I'm not knocking anybody. So please don't take it as that. Um, and it is advantageous many times to just stay at home instead of working, especially when you have a lot of kids or if you're like in rural areas or you have kids with like medical issues and things like that. And luckily, if you have a support system, you know, like a husband or a spouse or whatever, anything, it makes that so much easier versus kind of struggling through that situation and trying to, you know, take care of stuff. But I would not want to do that job. Like, I've never had the desire to do like homeschooling and stay at home. Like, even when we were talking about having a kid, my husband brought up, well, you can stay at home the first 3 years. Absolutely not. Absolutely
You
not.
know what? I
No.
would like to stay home at least like two years.
Absolutely not. No, I feel like this. For one, I work 12-hour shifts. I don't work every day. It's only a few days out of the week that we even have to or get a babysitter or whatnot. But I had agreed, like with healthcare, you can do, you know, there's shift work. So I was going to do night shift because he works during the day. So we can try our best to kind of eliminate as much babysitting as possible. So it saves money and kid is always, you know, with us or whatever. So
Right.
that was my plan of I would suck it up and do night shift like 2 days a week. And then, you know, he'd be available during the day or whatnot. But I was like, I refuse to just because then there's no reprieve because I think sometimes spouses kind of get into the head where you've been here all day and then they get home and they want to detox from work, but you can't detox from the kid.
Right. That's what holds me back from doing it because it's like, okay, you've been home all day, so then that means the spouse expects food to be cooked, the house is supposed to be most likely clean and immaculate. You know, it's just a lot of expectations that come with it.
And it's hard to get people out of that mentality too. But then also you get out of the workforce and at some point you're going to want to go back in and you can explain that gap, but it's just you lose some things, you know? And I just never had that ultimate desire to stay at home. Like I don't mind staying at home a lot more because we're ultimately homebodies, but I'm not going to not work. And I have this thing about depending on other people. I just don't. Because you know, spouses can be sometime. I'm not dependent on that. I've met plenty of people that their spouses were all in love and they're the stay at home, and then something happens to the relationship, and their spouse that was once supportive is now not, and you got to fend for yourself. And they completely forget all the work and support that you did for them and being available for them. And I have several examples of that of people I've known in my life. And I'm just like, I refuse to completely, I don't mind making less money than my spouse, but I mind not making money at all.
Right. Because then you're leaving room for financial abuse to happen.
Yeah, exactly. And then like my sister-in-law she's been a stay-at-home mom. I think she has a master's degree. But she's been out of the workforce so long. Her kids now are 15 and 9. So, or maybe even 10. And so I know she substituted a lot, which she hates, but she has a master's degree, not in education, but she says she's been out of the workforce so long that it's kind of scary to get back in. And she's like, where would I really go? You know, but you know, they're very privileged. I'm sure they'll find some way, but I just don't want to be that.
Mhm.
Small businesses got bailed out. Yeah. Them checks were going everywhere.
Mm.
I am not sprinting. I'm trying to change up, but yes, I do like Sunday morning sprints. I'm going to try to continue this. I have this goal of trying to get up early, and sprints allow me to be motivated to do so. So
Mhm.
until further notice, I am trying, but I do have a trip coming up, so I can tell y'all this now. I will not be sprinting next Sunday on the 18th because I work. um I work some weekends too, so if I work on the weekend, I'm not, but if I am not working, then I'm going to try. As of now, with the 25th, I don't have it scheduled, but I'll think about whether or not I'm going to sprint on Sunday. But I like Sunday morning sprints. Probably not as late. I didn't plan to be as late. 8:30 to like 11 is kind of the time frame I would like, but I'm having a good time. We're gonna be getting out of here shortly too. I am off today. Awesome, Paco. That's good. Have a good day for it. Off today, getting chores done, prepping for the Super Bowl. Go Chiefs. Chapter read A River Enchanted. That's the buddy read for uh Battle of the Goldens.
Oh, okay.
Last year. Okay, I get you. Gotta learn them taxes. Mackenzie Scott cannot give away her money fast enough. Yeah. Self-employed is a whole different ball game. Exactly. And trying to figure those out is a nut job.
Oh, okay, thank you. Because I was like, what is CMH?
Japanese drama where the main character marries a guy and becomes a housewife because it works out better salary for any of them jobs it's previously had. It was interesting to watch. Yes, it was interesting to see a unique perspective on that for sure. Especially when you're never owned a business before and have no training support. Yeah, that's when you're definitely trying to probably get a tax professional, especially the first 2 years, definitely kind of help you out with that. But after you learn the ropes, get on doing it yourself. Save yourself some money. Okay, y'all, let's get out of here. Much appreciate y'all spending some time with us on Sunday morning.
I wish it was Saturday.
It's been a good time. Much appreciated. I want to thank Jaleesa for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Southern nostalgia. I'm still not on that grits life with the sugar, but that's okay. I'm gonna let her make it. Y'all have a good day. Okay, have some good reading, and after my happy hour, or if you want to call it that, then I'll probably be on with some of y'all